Hey, what is going on, guys? What is up? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, finally C server is getting some amazing major updates. We get a bunch of new characters, new costume. Finally, the long game. Now, I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about the collab separately. I will talk about that in a separate video. I didn't want to make that video on my main channel, so I'm going to post it right here in the second channel because videos about collaborations, ideally they incite drama. So if there's any drama involved, I will try to maintain it in this channel because it's something that most of you guys will not ever get. Most of you guys, my viewers, you are most likely playing on C server or you're playing on global server. Alright, it's either global or C server. But if you're in KR server, yeah, you get the collab, but it's not something that the other servers are getting. So I don't want to try to start drama and bring hype and hope into other servers that will never get it because different server has different management ways. But with that being said, let's talk about C server overall. Alright, so what are C server getting this week in terms of the update? Pretty cool. September 21st, we're getting a bunch of things. So let's push up. You can see event episode, My Wish is unlocked. The story will not be collected in collection. Again, there's a story that will not be collected in collection, so this story will be something that's unique. I actually have a story coming up in this channel, but I haven't managed to post it because of the copyrighted music. I'll try to figure out. That's for the Lucid and the twins. So a new challenge, Out Squad Assemble. We have had this before. So what are the two new characters that C server is getting? The new normal recruitment, you can see Dorothy and LIONA. So these two characters will be getting their debut in C server. I'm very excited for both characters. We're going to dive into more details. But as for Awaken, wow, straight up they are throwing two Awaken, Evolve 1 and 6 Wings Na Yubin. Now obviously, I do not recommend anyone to pull for Evolve 1. So E1 is kind of niche, kind of strong in PvP, but farmable. Alright, she is farmable in the once you completed the die 50. So definitely I do not recommend getting her. But Na Yubin 6 Wings, this is something that I do recommend. Na Yubin until today still kind of strong in C server. Alright, normal recruitment, we're going to have Yang Harim, we're going to have Hayami Sanae, we're going to have Sky Layfield, we have Yensing Lanchester and Sheena. Alright, so pretty cool for this particular one. You can see a bunch of characters that are getting their normal recruitment. Alright, we're going to talk about them individually, but I think Yang Harim is probably still the best choice if you don't have her, followed by Sky Layfield. The rest, you can probably skip. Alright, so story skins for sale, finally! So Roy, gender band, Na Yubin, 6 Wings gender band, Chinatsu, Nael, Blue Steel. Global already got this. I can't believe C server is getting this literally 1 month or 2 months late, I feel like. Alright, so special set binary package. A bunch of Japanese voices will be added as well. Danger Close new season will be starting. And Gauntlet rules. Now let's talk about this. What are we getting? So the maximum number of rewards obtained from defense squad winning the Gauntlet strategy battles is adjusted from 5 to 10. Okay, strategy battle, tickets can be purchased with quartz. So now you can buy the tickets. It's usually limited, but now you can buy tickets to do more strategy battle. I'm not sure why you want to do that. Why not just play a rank battle? So what's the purpose of doing this, right? So Gauntlet reward adjustment. So season reward of rank battle is adjusted. Added set binary as additional reward for those who rank Master 5 to Challenger 1. Tuning binary for those who rank Gold 4 to Diamond 1. Okay. So rank battle, you're gonna get more rewards. You're gonna have binaries now as opposed to just a little bit of quartz. So this pushes the incentives for players to play PvP. Alright, so I think this is gonna happen in global most likely this week as well. I'm kind of curious to look at global's patch notes. Added Ethereum as additional weekly reward for those who rank Gold 4 or above in rank battles and those who rank Gold 3 or above in strategy battles. Items in the Gauntlet point shop will be readjusted, and of course they will basically refresh. Right, we're gonna have the new Gauntlet shop. We're gonna review that when it comes out. Alright, so let's talk about the raid and co-op battle rules. Grouping of raid and co-op battle squad is adjusted from 24 to 16. Wait, it's already here? I thought it was coming in 2 months. So they're changing from 24 to 16. The squad already formed will be initialized and the operation currently in progress will be deleted. So raids and co-ops, complete rework. All the guides that you guys see from me, boom, useless. Alright, we're gonna try to figure a new guide out. So stay tuned on this channel. Most likely I'm gonna post it on this particular one. Adjusted the battle balance of Britra, Inhibitor, and Demolition Worm. So Britra, HP reduced by 24%, which is a lot. That's a lot of reduction. So Britra is going to have 80% of the retaining 80% of the previous HP. Attack increase by 30%. Attack from Britra is increased. That means survivability is going to be much more important. That means, okay, that means we gotta readjust it. So if attack is increased, we gotta like bring more healers. Claudia, Evelyn, perhaps. Alright. Inhibitor. HP reduced by 40%. Okay, the HP is reduced. Defense reduced by 70%. What inhibitor defense is reduced by so much? Maybe you don't need to use Chifuyu anymore. That will diminish value of Chifuyu, Lonely, or those defense debuffers, right? HP of the wall reduced by about 50%. Half? Whew. Okay, that's crazy. That's some crazy mechanics going on right there. Okay, I actually like it. Keep in mind, we are bringing 8 units less from 24 to 16. So this has to be a sort of a balance adjustment. I hope they have tested this extensively. Demolition Worm, HP reduced by 10 to 20%. Defense reduced by 20 to 80%. Okay, based on the level scaling. At level 100 to 200. Attack increased by 100% at level 60 to 120. Ooh, this is a lot of adjustments, guys. Alright, so I'm going to test out all of this. I will need to make a new Britra guide, a new Inhibitor guide, and a new Worm guide. Alright, three things for me to do. Hopefully, please remind me if I forget. Definitely, I will try it out the moment the patch comes in. So, let's talk about what do we know in terms of the characters. Right now, Young Harim is the best choice. And then we have, for Awaken, we have Nayubin or Evolve 1. Do not pull for Evolve 1. My suggestion is if you can't farm the stage, wait. You will get him for free eventually. Now let's talk about Dorothy and Leona, because these are the two characters that we are gonna get. I love the skins. So yeah, let's talk about both of them individually. So we're gonna refer to prideone.co. Big shout out to them. So let's talk about Dorothy first. I love Dorothy's concept. Dorothy is a very cool Fury sniper. She's going to compete directly with Choi Ji-hoon. Now, is she better than Choi Ji-hoon? Not really. Damage wise, I think she does less, but I think she's more buff based. She gives buffs. She's a sniper that gives buffs. 3 cost sniper. She's a soldier, keep in mind, but she fits in a lot of teams. So she's quite flexible. Between these two, you might be wondering which one is the better one to pull. In my humble opinion, Dorothy is the better one to pull. Alright, so if you look at her, she has AoE attack again on a basic skill, already something that's a plus in my humble opinion. Alright, she does AoE damage. All of Dorothy's attack grants immune to damage while moving to the target, which is pretty cool. So her concept is really interesting. She's a sniper, but she used her leg to kick the enemy, so she dashed forward and hit them from so far away. It's really cool. I like her concept overall. Passive skill. After every 4 basic attacks, her next basic attack becomes Enhanced, knocks up enemies in front of her. So Enhanced attacks grant 2 Fury. So if you guys are not familiar with Fury, Fury is like skill haste, but for Fury mechanics, it's like the number of hits increase your bar for special skill and ultimate skill. So I've talked about that in more detail, but that's just a concept. You don't use skill haste gear sets on these characters. You ideally want to use attack speed. So the more hit, the more they will be able to charge up their skills. Alright, it's just that straightforward. Gain 3 Fury instead at level 5. So let's look at the special skill. So turns into blur, attacks enemies at extreme speeds. The last enemy stunned the last enemy to receive damage is stunned for 1 second and goes up to 2 seconds at level 5. And the last strike guaranteed to crit. So far, all of these, the first 3 skills, nothing special. But the last one, which is the ultimate or so-called passive skill for soldiers, this is what makes her really, really strong. So when you deploy her, self and all allies attack speed plus 1%, alright? But crit damage plus 2% for 8 seconds. So notice if crit is triggered 5 times, so if you crit 5 times, the buff is applied again. So it's very important for her to be able to crit. So allied soldiers additionally gain 4 seconds of perfect evasion, which is not triggered again. So notice up to here at level 5 though, buff duration is increased by 2 seconds, so instead of 8 seconds, it becomes 10 seconds. And ally attack speed plus 7%, so instead of 1%, it becomes 8%. So 1 plus 7, and it doesn't apply to Dorothy. So 8% of attack speed buff is kind of decent-ish. So Shinja has a passive skill that provides about the same, as you can see, increased attack speed by 7% for her and all allies, right? So quite similar to Shinja's buff, and they can stack. If you're trying to stack both attack speed, you can definitely do it for sure. But here's the thing, right? The rates just got readjusted. So I think where she shines is probably going to be PvP, not PvE, because now in raid, I was thinking like in raid, do you bring Shinja over her? But now that we can only bring 16 characters as opposed to 24 characters, I think more than likely there's not going to be any slots for her. I still feel like Frederick Doma, those debuffers, those increased damage dealers, and supporters like Young Harem, those are going to be much more useful. I feel like the raids is why you want to pull for certain characters, because some characters like Lonely shines in raids per se. Machine Collector, and some characters really shine in raids, Dash, etc. But now that the raid's 16, I think a lot of characters are going to start falling off a little bit, you know? So because you can only bring so much characters. I'm kind of curious to see if she can compete or she can be strong enough to have a spot in most raid teams, because 16 characters is kind of limited, right? And yeah, based on my opinion is, if you want to be safe, maybe don't pull for her yet. She's decent in PvP, but if you care more about PvE, I doubt she's gonna have a slot, because 8% attack speed and crit damage 2% for 10 seconds is cool and all, and it can be reapplied, which is kind of cool, but is it better than Frederick Doma, which can straight up increase damage taken from enemies, and that can even stack as well, for example, right? Is it better than Young Harem, which can buff everyone and improve skill haste? Is it better than Lin Xian, Sigma, that gives roll advantage? You get what I'm saying? Like, she's competing against so many buffers. So that's something that I would want to test out for sure. I will be pulling for Dorothy. Now let's talk about Leona. Leona is a little bit different. She's the one that's like probably not recommended. Now, she's a striker. 3 cost striker. She's a counter. She only hits ground units. As you can see, she does AoE damage again on a basic skill. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Passive skill, she gains a stack when an enemy is killed. Max 3 stacks. Alright, so when performing a basic attack, assumes a stack to perform on an enhanced attack. The enhanced attack deals additional damage equal to 2% of target's max HP. The enemy needs to die. So basically, she's good in countering soldier team, I guess. So there's a lot of enemies. If you can kill anyone, you get stacks. And then with this stack, you can perform enhanced attack. And the enhanced attack will deal additional damage based on the target's max HP. So kind of cool in theory, right? For special skill, this releases pulse from his mouth, dealing AoE damage to enemies in front. When an enemy unit is killed, special skill cooldown -1 seconds. So you can see this skill on the special skill, it relies on enemies being killed. It will decrease the cooldown by 1 second. This skill, it relies on enemies being killed, diffuse stacks, and then you get stacks to be able to deal bonus damage equal to max HP. So far you can see she's more to counter soldier teams, or like Blue Bridge Mark II for example, right? Because there's a lot of soldiers, you can kill more soldiers faster, get more stacks, so that you can outperform the enemy, so-called. And then you can see the ultimate skill, takes on the form, deals AoE damage to enemies. Enemies who receive damage have attack debuff -15% for 1 second, which is kind of weird. 1 second is a very short debuff. If the target has less than 60% HP, the attack deals additional damage equal to 20% max HP of the target, bosses excluded. This doesn't work against targets exceeding the valid hits count. Alright, so fair enough. Very cool. She has special skill, ultimate skill. Her concept is rely upon countering soldier teams, it feels like. It's rely upon countering Blue Bridge Mark II, Replacer King teams perhaps. So personally, I don't think she shines that much. As a 3-cost striker, I think she feels a little bit underwhelming. I don't think you can even use her in PvE. The only stage that I can think of is perhaps in the I was about to say Danger Close, but not really Danger Close. Maybe Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace. But I think most players already have their own fixed strat in those areas. Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, there's a lot of soldiers that comes out, so you might be able to benefit from all of these stacks or whatever. But in most cases, cool on paper, but in reality, I don't think she will be that strong. So my advice is probably skip her. She's not that strong in KR either. Very few players actually pull for her or even use her, right? So Dorothy is the one that might be better between these two if you are deciding to only pull for one. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I do think that, you know, very cool that C server is getting some bonus pluses updates. I'll see you guys maybe in tomorrow's stream. Maybe I'll do some pulls. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already to this channel. Give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.